I'm gonna run through developing a theory of improvement and setting up drive diagrams. We will have a bit of time to start working on them. So the teams that have already done this, either for this project or the previous ones, it is going to be a bit of a refresher. And for those who are new to you, we can keep having a conversation over today and go forward just how to put it all together. We know, oh, this is the problem, but to start with, that's often gut feel or it's feedback that is not necessarily based on anything substantiated. You might have a good idea, but it's the way of trying to put that together in a meaningful and documented way that you can then have an ongoing conversation with people about how you've got to the ideas that you have. So it's also looking at what changes based on that, what changes do you think you can make to achieve that desired outcome, and having a way of doing that. So being able to test your theory. So a lot of the time we often have loads of ideas, that scattergun approach. Is there a way we can actually shape it into something that's meaningful and that we can use and that people understand so that we're all getting towards the same goal? So when we're describing our problem, when we're describing our aim, we all actually agree to what's causing it and what we might want to do to work on it. So a theory for improvement is really trying to take your hunches, ideas, and put them into a format where you can test it, you can measure it, and you can learn from it. It's dynamic. It doesn't have to be static. So I think even the conversations this morning, when you're setting your aim statement, you might start with one and move to having multiple aims or narrow it down based on what you discover your drivers are along the way. So it can help us get a good idea of how's our system working, what impact changes we've made already or changes we're planning on making, and the way that we practice. So a driver diagram simply looks like this. It pulls together our aim, our different drivers, and the ideas that we come up with. So I'm just going to work through this process. That works in collaboration with the model for improvement, and I'll show you how those work together. So the aim statement is really, you'll have developed it as part of your charter. It's something when we sit down and you look at your driver diagram, it's an opportunity to refresh that and look at it, and it's what's the team working towards. And it ties into that overarching question from the model of what are we trying to accomplish. I think drivers are at two levels. Primary ones are about the direct things that make that aim happen. I'm going to work through practical and personal option, just non-envelope related in a second, but hopefully give a simple explanation for how the tool works. And secondary drivers are what are those things that help the primary driver actually happen. So I'm going to start with, this is an old favourite for improvement science, but I want to lose weight. So I want to lose 5 kilograms by the 30th of September. And so I think about that and I think, well, what's the main things that cause my current state? It's what I eat and what exercise I do. Okay, so straight off, I know those. I might not come to those straight off the bat. What I might come up with is my secondary drivers first of all. I might have through brainstorming, come up with a whole bunch of ideas about what are things that could drive me towards my goal. Well, I need healthy food options available. I need to have time in my day to eat meals, not either skip them or be eating the things I should. Sleeping well, for me, if I'm not sleeping, I eat. And the exercise I do, I've got a dodgy shoulder, and when I'm not looking after that, then I stop exercising. And also, again, motivation, so sleep comes into that as well. So just as they can start off quite high level like this. We then start to have a look at what ideas, how we might change those. So these are generally brainstorming just ideas that might come up. And you might tie them to, you might say, right, for this driver, what are the ideas we could test to change to impact that driver directly? Or it might be, what are all the ideas that we've got and how do they align to our drivers? You can come up with a whole bunch of improvements, but if they're, and change ideas, but if they're not working towards what the aim is, then they're great ideas, but they're not for this project. So I think that's, you can park them and keep them up your sleeve, but you might have another problem or another aspect of the way that the systems, you want to make improvements to the system, but you park those for there. And these really are, the improvements are answering that third question, which is, what changes can we make to have an improvement? So the bit that's missing out of there in the middle is our measurement. So we'll talk about that later, but you want to have both your aim, and so you'll have high level measures and your outcome measures, but these are often your process measures that you're seeing along the way, that I'm testing the change about X and have I changed that, and then what impact does that have on my aim. So just moving on to change ideas, when I was thinking about this, I was like, well, I could plan to have healthy food options available. I could plan my meals and we could do our shopping for the week rather than each day. I could bring lunch and snacks rather than buying food. In terms of less carbs was another idea. Actually, there's evidence to say that helps. So maybe doing the 5-2 fasting diet. So the question is then, is this an achievable idea? But it's an idea that's been generated. The other side is, have I got time in my day to eat? So actually blocking that out in my diary, so I've got time to do that, as well as making sure I'm getting in bed early enough, not watching TV too much, picking up my rehab exercises, thinking about variety of exercise rather than just, I like to run, but then I get bored with it. And having a goal. I'm quite goal oriented, but if I just run a marathon, then I might not achieve that. So setting small goals that I'm going to try. So those are ideas that I am setting up for working towards this overarching aim. Now I might do, if I aim to run the marathon, I can't just do a PDSA on that, but the one that I could be setting a weekly goal and say, right, this week or today, I'm going to go for a 30-minute walk, and I'm going to do that. And how did I go? How did that fit into my day? What can I learn from that? So we can cover that at a later stage. For this example you've got in your pack, that just as an example that does relate to transition to care. It's a little blurry up here, but what we're going to do, I'm moving fairly quickly through the slides, but so that we can have the opportunity to start to work on your own driver diagrams in that. I think the bit that's really important about it, this is dynamic, is you don't set name, you don't decide your drivers and then lock it in, print that, put it on the wall, and never look at it again. Based on the PDSA you do and coming back to the questions, are you still trying to accomplish that aim that you set out at the beginning? Is that actually what you still want to achieve? When you measure it, are you actually seeing what you expected to see? Or actually that was a surprise, this change idea generated a completely different result of what we expected. What's causing that? What could we do differently? And of course, are we seeing the change we want to? Because if we're not, that idea might be a great idea, but it's okay to discard it if it's not helping achieve that outcome. So I'm rushing through, but what I'd like to do now is just set aside some time to work through this as tables. Who has already done a driving diagram for this? Yes, there's a few. Okay, but I think who feels comfortable with their aim? Well, it feels like they've got a start to 10 for their aim for their project so far. Okay, so we'll take a few minutes just to look at, confirm and develop what your aim is. And then we will start to, what I think, using your post-it notes, I'll check in, but we'll start to brainstorm, what do you think your drivers are that will help you achieve that aim? So don't try and document, oh, this is our big primary driver. Start to come up with possible drivers, and then you can start to cluster those together, and you'll see that there's natural affinities amongst them, and you'll come up with what your primary drivers are. Does everyone, any questions at this stage? Okay, everyone, we're just going to have to wrap up there. I know everyone's having after maybe a slow start, productive conversations. I think a couple of things to talk about is, one, if you'd like more help, we've still got some slots open at the end of the day. If you've got the ability to stay and talk about that, then feel free to book yourself in. I think the other bit that I haven't got up there is, I think this is something that is dynamic, and it's about using the right people in the conversation. So what you might find as well is you start the conversation here, but heading back to work, thinking about who are the people that really know what the drivers are, what contributes to this, and being able to have your group of experts have that conversation. For some groups, you're the right people in the room now to be able to have that broad conversation, and for others, it's going to be the opportunity to go back and brainstorm together, gather those ideas into different themes, and hopefully come up with your primary and secondary drivers. If you've got more questions, feel free to ask at the end of the day. But hopefully it's just something that everyone has got their head around and is able to just keep working away at. So we'll stop there. Thank you.